You know, we're all in different stages. We're all in different um, levels of consciousness, but the presence of universal consciousness is here with us now and available to everyone who wishes to serve the earth in helping us evolve as humans into the type of species that we should be, whereas we face a critical point where this imbalance could cause, once again, as it has in the history of humanity, deleted, not recorded or told to us in our history, but our civilizations have grown and have destroyed themselves several times. And again, do we want to do this? Or do we want to accept the universal truth that balance brings the true power of abundance? And that is why you are here. Abundance does not come from the external world. We have been lied to, we have been manipulated, and we have been converted into a system of factory workers in order to complete this failure of a supreme consciousness that came to the earth more time than you could imagine to develop the civilization of humanity how it should be. But abundance comes from perspective. If you take a banana and slice it with a little bit of yogurt, and you eat that with the feeling of love in every bite, that banana will give you more energy, more mental power, and more physical strength than if you woke up and made eggs Benedict or some sort of, spinach and cheese omelet with French bread and coffee or yerba mate. The truth of where abundance comes from is connecting your personal spirit, your individual path, the reason and the abilities you have to help balance this planet, to help balance your world, the people who surround you, the lives in which you mix with. This energy comes from the earth. but you'll never realize it until you've obtained mastery over the mind. Because the mind is what has become the most detrimental force of human potential. Technologies and stereotypes and thinking and believing and having to be something and having to need something and having to have the house, the car, having to travel to this place or that place, having to, make this amount of money or that amount of money, having to have a family with this number of children or that number of children. The mind has created from a system of powerful manipulation, extreme blockage in the ability for your personal spirit to meet itself in the higher spiritual realms. So the first step to awakening is to silence and clear your mind and allow yourself to become a vehicle of the spirit. Because this body will disintegrate into dust in retrospect, microseconds in universal time. But if you illuminate and empower the light of your individual spirit, and you rise and access and develop and concentrate and bring energy and balance into the higher vibrational dimensions of our planetary existence, then your light proceeds onwards after the body decomposes. If you live to work, to make money, to eat, to have sex, make babies, have, another lover, some chains around your neck, a good-looking car, and you don't realize that you are concentrating all of your energy in only 2 to 3 of the 7 vibrational states of our planetary reality. And as a more enlightened being with access to 9 vibrational states of our star system's reality. People who do this, do you believe in reincarnation? Are you going to reincarnate if your soul doesn't have enough light to even give love in the last moments of your life? No. That light dissipates with the body. And that soul disappears into the collective of the earth as nothing. The only way reincarnation actually exists is when you actually have a practice that allows you to develop and access these higher realms of vibrational dimensions, and the service of which you came here to complete, which is to bring about balance. The world is in imbalance. If you're chasing the light, maybe you need it. But how long have you been doing it? And do you feel fulfilled? You'll never feel fulfilled while 75% of the world is living in complete suffering and trapped in the illusion of the mind and body, barely able to manage even the emotional vibrational reality of our planetary realm. Most of the world is living in darkness. And you seek more and more light for yourself. This may seem like a good idea, but it's actually counterproductive. If you really want to have the universe give you light, have the earth give you power and force, then you need to go out and you need to bring balance to where there is missing and lacking consciousness. And I've been everywhere in the world. Asia, South America, Central America, North America, Europe, India. I never went to the Middle East or Africa because I just felt it would make me too sad to see what we have allowed to happen in our world when we have the consciousness to allow everybody to live with such peace and abundance, and yet we create war and poverty so some can feel, can pretend that they are gods of this planet, but they are slaves to this reality. And you have come here to bring balance so that we can free these slaves that have created this planet in this specific system of such niches, of differences of quality of life and potential. And now, as you watch this video, as we have had for years, the access to provide information to anyone and everyone, so that no longer the poor have to feel lower because they have less, but also no more should the rich feel that they for some reason are more deserving, maybe because they worked harder or were blessed with a more intelligent mind to have such incredible difference of wealth, and never think about sharing $10,000, $100, $50, $10, $10,000, $1 million, $500 billion. Corporations like Google and Facebook now could really help bring balance to the world. But the attachment to the idea of success, the attachment to the idea of being someone important, the attachment to the idea of having created something new. It's not new. It exists in millions of planets within the universe. There's nothing new. Nothing new has been created here on Earth. It has been given to the minds of those in hopes that their hearts would help bring balance to the world. But the attachment to the mind and identity and believing that, this is better than that, or that is better than this, has made it so that many of these people live in a much deeper darkness than me. I have $10 in my wallet and no bank account. But I find a place to make videos. I find a place. The universe provides.